Chris. A-Hole Productions. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the 11th Hour, and this is my San Diego Comic-Con 2016 wrap-up episode, part 2. And in this one, I'm just going to talk a little bit about like my overall experience this year at Comic-Con. I might show like a little montage of a bunch of photos I took at the end of the video, but mainly I want to talk about my upcoming possible giveaways. Now, I am getting close to 500 subscribers, which is awesome. We crossed the 400 threshold about a week ago, and we're already up to 425, and it really means a lot to me. So thank you for sharing and spreading my videos around. It really means a lot to me. And I work really hard on some of these. Some of these I just like talking to you guys and stuff, but some of the stuff I really put actual work into, and it means a lot that it gets appreciated. And so I want to give back. This year at Comic-Con, I was pretty selfless. Actually, I only got a couple things for myself. I didn't really have a lot of money this year, but obviously there's always free stuff, free swag, things I got like that, and also some things that I did buy that I just want to give out as give outs to you guys. So I wanted to bring some of San Diego Comic-Con back and share it with some of you that maybe couldn't go. So I'm going to go over 5 prizes that I'll give out if we hit 500 subscribers like in the next few weeks. Because right now we're still giving out my Lego poster, which I showed in my other video, and it's signed by like the cast and crew and stuff. So we're still giving that out now. All you have to do is share my Lego videos from 2 weeks ago, where I interviewed the cast and crew of the new Lego Gotham City Breakout movie. So just share those videos and use the hashtag SeekandDestroy or 11th Hour, and that'll put you in the running for a second entry. Subscribing to my channel automatically gets you entered in the contests that I do every single time. So if we hit 500 subscribers, I want to give away 5 like kind of packages, different things that I got at Comic-Con. So let's go over a couple of them right now. First, I have kind of like the kids pack. So if you have a kid out there, this might be something that the kids will like. So I have in here a couple of things from APS Physics, which is a company I met and talked to. They had a Spectra, which is a graphic novel for kids. I have a Lego poster for the new trilogy of Ninjago. So that folds out, and so that's a cool poster and promotion on the back for the books. I have a Freemaker Adventures Lego activity book, which I'll give out. Also, Spectre gave High Intensity, a one-shot comic. This is issue 7, I believe. So we have that. I have Zootopia from Disney, Panini Press. They gave me some free books, so it's a sticker album. Then also Physics Quest is also from APS. And then I have a Finding Dory sticker album book as well. So this is kind of like a kids pack, but I also have a Ninjago bag in here. So I had a bunch of these that I actually spent my money on. These aren't things that I got at Lego. These are things that I purchased, and so I wanted to give one of these out to you guys. So a couple of these have little poly bag Legos in them. So that's a kind of a rare Ninjago dragon set that you'll get in this package. So and again, all you have to do to enter to win these is just subscribing to my channel. So, if we hit 500 subscribers, I will give away these 5. Like we'll just do one massive giveaway, in the month of August or September, whenever we hit 500. So the sooner the better, because this is Comic-Con stuff, and I want, people to have them while they're fresh and new. So let's try to get those subscribers up if we can. My next package, I also put a Nexo Knight poly bag in here. It's an intro pack, has a little demon monster and some stickers and stuff. So you'll get that in this pack. This is kind of for TV fans. I have an American Gods one-sheet thing here. I have, there's an American Gods keychain from the new show. So that will be in there. There's a Mad Magazine button that we'll have in there. There's temporary tattoos from the show Blind Spot. Then I have a set of all 4 of the Comic-Con TV guides, all the covers. So you have Supergirl on one of them, you have Flash, the boys from Supernatural, and Blind Spot as well. So that will all be in here. And then there's this cool one sheet of General Grievous from Topps. So there's a little Star Wars in there. And we have the new Entertainment Weekly Comic-Con Special Edition with Wonder Woman on the cover, which you'll see actually framed on the wall behind me too. I just thought it was a cool image, so I thought I'd, hang it up there for a while, fill out my DC Comics wall. So that's package number 2 that I will give out. And they're going to keep getting better and better too. So this one is one of my favorite ones. This one will have a Captain America poly bag in it that I bought at Toys R Us. like about a couple months ago. So it was like one of their exclusives. So you'll get this poly bag in the set. You'll also get a General Grievous Topps card, and then there's a bunch of like little like flyers and Transformer stuff and little codes and online digital stuff that I put in there. Oni Press gave me this free little booklet that's like a journal that you can keep. You can put ideas in there. It has features a lot of their characters and art. So I just thought this would be cool for someone out there who's writing. And this is basically indie comics. I have something also from Panini called Afterworld. So you have this and a signed Creeper image by, I think it was Dan Braun that was there signing. So I have these two items. I have Revolution, the Prelude. It was a free comic that they were giving out at IDW, along with the Electric Sublime, which is a little like mini comic. And then this Ninja Turtle comic back here. This was actually an exclusive at Entertainment Earth. But it's also IDW as well and Mega Bloks, and it came with a Ninja Turtle thing that I got. So I wanted to give that out to one of you Ninja Turtle fans. And again, all this is together. This is package 3. And the last thing I have here is I have the Rick and Morty #1 variant cover, the Last of Us variant cover. And then I also have a variant cover signed of Rick and Morty Little Poopy Superstar from a Little Poopy Butthole character in the show, signed by Sarah Grayley, who is the writer and I believe one of the artists on the book. So she was really nice. I met her at the Oni Press booth, and so I wanted to buy these things to give them out to you guys because I know you guys are Rick and Morty fans. So you get issue #1 of the regular series and issue #1 of Little Poopy Superstar. And all of that will be in here in package number 3 for you guys. And these will be random, like I'll randomly pick the winners. Once we hit 500 subscribers, I'll just pick 5 people and I'll randomly, I'll try to assign who I think would like the most if I know the people, but I have a feeling a couple strangers will win, so it's just going to be random. Now, on to one of my favorite giveaways. This is for you DC Comics fans. I have a lot of DC stuff that I got. First and foremost, we have this DC Rebirth poster, this big poster here that I'm going to try to fold out, show you. And there we go. So check that out. Really beautiful art. It's got pretty much all of the Rebirth characters on it, and it is signed. I can't remember everyone who signed it. I think Clayton Mann, who's an artist, JT Kroll, and I believe one of the artists of the upcoming Poison Ivy book as well. So I have 3 signatures on this poster. Then you also get DC Rebirth #1 third printing with Wally West on the cover. They were giving these out at the booth, so that was really cool. So I have one of those for you. And then also the 2 con exclusives of Batman and Superman silver foil covers for Batman and Superman #1 Rebirths. So yeah, these covers are cool. Art by Jim Lee. You get both of them in this packet, which is cool. And last but not least, you get a Gotham City Arkham Underground t-shirt. So it has the inmate number on the front, and then on the back it has Arkham Underworld, for the new mobile game that's come out. So that shirt will be included. I want to thank Alex Wilson for donating this shirt to us. That was really cool of him. So this is our DC packet, and this is packet number 4 of the prizes I'll be giving away. And my grand prize that I'm giving away is for you gamers out there. So I have here, I'm going to cover the code up, but I have from Halo Wars 2, it's a code for avatar armor for your avatar on Xbox One. So all this stuff is going to be Xbox related. I'm sorry, PlayStation fans. I actually am a big Xbox player and fan, and so I just kind of hung out at Nerd HQ and I won a bunch of cool stuff. So this is one of them. Halo Wars. You'll get that code. You'll also get this Gears of War gear pack for Gears of War 4. It's we played Gears of War and we won. This is from Panini Press also. When you open it up, it's a bunch of trading cards, but on each card is an exclusive download for something, either for your avatar or some skins for the game. You get some really cool stuff in here. Alex opened his and I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, I got to give this away as a prize. So you'll get that. You'll get the Halo War gift, and for you Resident Evil fans, you will get Resident Evil 5 for the Xbox One. Now it is opened, but I didn't play it. I already own this game digitally, but I bought a physical copy because I got to meet one of the producers who's been on most of the Resident Evil games, named Mr. Kawada, and he only did one signing for 1 hour. He signed this really cool Resident Evil poster for me right here and addressed it to me to Siike, but this one he just signed, blankly, and I wanted to give it out to one of you. I wanted to share that experience of meeting him. He was the nicest guy in the world. I really enjoyed just his energy. You could just tell this guy's very creative, very calm, very nice guy, and he was nice enough to sign 2 things for me. He signed that poster, and then he signed the game that I bought right there at the Capcom booth, and he signed it. So this is something I want to give to you guys who are big Resident Evil fans. So you will get the game for Xbox One, you will get the Gears of War gear pack, and you will get the Halo avatar skin for your character. So those are my 5 giveaways that I'm going to do if we hit 500 subscribers, and hopefully we do it really soon. So please keep sharing, liking my videos, telling people about them, because the faster we get to 500, the faster I can get these out and give them good homes. Now, as far as Comic-Con goes overall, I had a really good time. Obviously, my health has been kind of an issue lately. A lot of people who watch my videos and maybe even see me out in the world, for the most part, might think there's sometimes nothing wrong with me. And it's because I am, after 6 years now of surviving my first aneurysm rupture and having other aneurysms pop up along the way and having to get them coiled, I've gotten to a point now where I guess I bury the pain as deep as I can, and I try not to let people see it, because I remember those early days when people did see it, how uncomfortable they got and how they acted differently around me, and I didn't want that. I don't want to be treated differently. I don't want to be treated like a charity case. I just want to be treated fairly. That's all I ever want. And so I bury things down and I hide things because I don't like making people uncomfortable. If they saw me in how I really am when I am in pain, and how I kind of hunch over and I'm not responsive, and it's a bad time. So a lot of times at Comic-Con this year, I had to go back to the hotel and leave the party early and leave the fun and everything, because I was overdoing it. I was pushing myself too hard. And so I didn't get to experience as much of Comic-Con as I could have with my 5-day badge, but I did as much as I could. I at least tried to go every day for a little bit, except for the last day, Sunday, where I just hung out at Nerd HQ. But I had a great time, and my friends Alex and Kevin, they really made the trip just like the best trip ever. They're very patient with me. They just kind of chilled with me. We walked around. We did this cool, where I got this Apocalypse t-shirt. There was this cool thing at the Fox booth. It was like a room that was like an escape room, and you go in there and you have to try to solve all the puzzles with other people and escape the tomb of Apocalypse before he wakes up and kills you. So I had the best time of my life, and we met these people in line who helped design the overall experience. And there was a guy named Paul who basically told me everything, like how he designed the things, where the costumes came from, that it's the actual costumes from the movie of Apocalypse. I was just freaking out. He came in while I was doing the event, and he was popping doors open and showing me things so I can get good pictures of stuff, and he was just made that experience mean so much. I showed him my Ensop Honora tattoo and the 4 Horsemen diamonds, and everyone, people who worked on the booth were coming over taking pictures of my tattoo. This tattoo I got when I was 18. It was my first tattoo I ever got, and or a little bit after 18, I think. And I've been an Apocalypse fan since as far back as I can remember, because I've been an X-Men fan as far back as I can remember. So they were asking me questions of what I thought of the movie, what I thought of the overall, escape room and the experience. And I think they did a tremendous job. And honestly, Fox and whoever, if anyone sees this, the people you hired to work that booth were amazing. They made my day on Thursday just the best day ever, and I owe a lot to the fun factor I had, to the people that worked there and just allowed me to have a good time and geek out and be myself. And it was just a blast. Sadly we didn't win. Apocalypse killed us, but we had a great time, and it was really awesome. So thank you. Another booth I got to give a big shout out to is the Capcom booth. They were booth number 215, and they were kind of in Hall A right when you walk in, like the first hall. You just dove right in there, and they had basically a replica of the front of the mansion from the new Resident Evil 7 game that you play in the demo, which is like this plantation farmhouse, and it's pretty creepy, even well lit. I mean, the place gave off like a really creepy vibe. And every day you had to run over, try to get a golden ticket, and the ticket would tell you what time to come back. And if you came back at that time, you get to put on the VR helmet and experience the game in VR, and you got like a free t-shirt and all this cool stuff. I hung out at the Capcom booth a lot. They were great. The people that worked there were fantastic. They made my show also, just like the people at the Fox booth. Those two booths made my whole experience. Between them and Nerd HQ, those were like my three central points. Every year I find, like last year I hung out at the DC booth a lot, and the Marvel booth, and the year before that it was like the Top Cow booth and the Image booth when I was working and stuff. So every year I find different pockets of the convention to hang out at, and this year was definitely Fox's booth with Apocalypse, and then Capcom's booth and Nerd HQ, which was off-site, and which also doubled as the Xbox Lounge. And I can't thank you guys enough. Capcom, you rocked. That shirt is awesome. I think the design on it's fantastic. Resident Evil 7 is a great game, and if you want to see my reaction to playing it, I actually posted a video the other day, which already got a couple hundred views. I think like 400 views, which again, that's a lot for me. So guys, thank you for sharing that video and for leaving the comments and giving me all the thumbs up. It really means a lot because I had fun making that video, and I wasn't like, the guy, my friends filming it, they were asking if I was playing to the camera, and I wasn't. I was genuinely reacting that way. I was trying to describe what was going on because they wouldn't let us shoot, over my shoulder to see the footage on the screen. They did the next day, and we shot more stuff. Kevin did it. His friend Bonnie did it. So we're going to cut together like a cool little, like a 3-4 minute movie of all of us hanging out at the Capcom booth, just as like an added thank you to Capcom and to show you guys more of the experience and from different angles. So we're going to have a lot of that stuff coming up very soon. And then lastly, I got to run into a bunch of people. I saw Dan Harmon, and he gave me a hug, and that was nice to see him while I was waiting in line to go to American Gods. And he, and Dustin Marshall over at Thorough Audio, he had a big year this year because he had a panel in Hall H. He had live shows. I mean, this guy, I'm so proud of him as a friend, and to see his company that he created from scratch, especially at his he's like in his mid-20s, early 20s. Like, the guy is awesome, and he's very talented, and it's so cool to see him rise up and do so well and make a big splash at Comic-Con. And I was glad to get just a taste of some of the awesomeness that they had. Again, I got sick, so I couldn't experience a lot of their stuff, but I did get to experience it on a small scale, and it was awesome to see. I ran into other friends too, like, my friends at Fanbase Comics, Eric Ninatowski, who's the artist who drew my comic Monomyth, so it was cool to see him. I ran into just people on the floor. I ran into Lupe, who won our Black Panther figure like a month or two back, and I was finally able to, I just handed it to her, which was nice because I've been shipping out my Kickstarter stuff for Elan Vital, and some of the other stuff I have to ship out, like the prizes, I forget about sometimes, so it was nice to say, oh, I forgot to ship it, but I can give it to you in person. So it was cool to run into her. I didn't get to see my friend Richard Morgan or a couple other people, and I was really bummed about that. And hopefully I will get to go back home in South Carolina and see you, Richard, and other people. Hopefully I'll see you at upcoming cons and smaller cons, or just here in LA if I can. I ran into my friend Jamie, who I used to work with at Disney, and now he's working at Machinima on the new Transformers thing. So it was just really cool. Adam Glass, who works on the comic book Brick, which just came out. He also does Rough Riders over at Aftershock, and he worked on Supernatural. Like, the guy is super nice. He's super awesome. He's got 2 great kids, and it was nice to run into them and run into him and talk to him for a little bit and meet Andrew at Oni Press. And so maybe I'll get to do some cool Oni Press reviews coming up, more Rick and Morty stuff maybe. But all in all, I really had a good time. And like I said, most of the time when I wasn't feeling well or I wanted to get off site, I would just go hang out at Nerd HQ. And although the AC situation wasn't always great there, when I did find a good cool spot, I would just chill out in it. I would drink some aloe water or some Coke, whatever they had there. They had they didn't have Pepsi. I was like, oh God, but Coke is a fine substitute for a guy like me who likes Pepsi. Not the end of the world, obviously. So, and then they had a lot of free stuff there, a lot of cool games you could play. I played this game called the Turing Test. I think that was my favorite game I played. I really liked Gears of War 4. I liked Halo Wars 2, Battlefield, like all the stuff I got to, check out. I really did dig a lot, but Turing Test just seemed really my speed. It's obviously based kind of on the actual definition of the Turing Test, to see if if a robot can think, essentially. So you're solving all these puzzles, transferring energy around a room. It's kind of like Portal style. It kind of feels like Portal, but also feels kind of fresh and interesting as well. And at the same time, you're a woman who's in an exosuit, but are you really a human woman, or are you an artificial intelligence that has a body now? It's got a couple layers on it that I think are really interesting, and it comes out, I believe, August 30th as a download game on Xbox One and Steam. So I'm definitely going to pick that up, and I'm going to review it for you guys. All right, so that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video. I went over a lot of stuff, so thank you guys for watching again. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll go back to just my normal like 12 to 15 minute videos, starting maybe later this week and stuff. I'm going to need a few days to kind of unwind now that I got all this, these videos made and up and stuff. So, but let's try to keep getting, inch our way to 500 so we can give out these cool prizes. And let's end this video with a cool montage, music video type thing of just a bunch of images and pictures I took at the con. We'll just throw that up now. So thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Bye.